McKinney North, like Boyd, has a state championship in its trophy case. Go back to 2006. Lady Bulldogs took home a district title last year under Coach Lance Lovell, went to the area round of the 4A playoffs, and Lance joins us now. How did that success feed into this season? District title, area round appearance after bowing out in the first round each of the previous 2 years, and you have a lot of major contributors back from that team a year ago.
We do. There's, as far as the girls returning from last year, every one of them have that experience that you just mentioned. The playoff experiences, the district championship experience, and they know what needs to be done in order to do that again. And I'm hoping for the same for this year as well.
We look at some of the highlights from the early part of this non-district season. McKinney North participating in a couple of tournaments so far. First, in the Frisco ISD tournament, where you got experience both at Pizza Hut Park and Frisco ISD Memorial Stadium, and nice little run for you. Picked up a win, lost a couple of games, as well as a draw.
The tournament that Frisco does is very early in the season, and it's right after we get out of scrimmage time. So it's, like I said, it's very early in the season. It's really difficult to play that level of competition that soon. And we did see some difficult teams like Denton Ryan and Centennial, which is very good this year. But we were also able to see some success too, and try to play some games that were good competition for us, but also playing some games that allowed us to figure some things out there on the field. So that tournament is, although it is early in the season, it's also a good one as long as they give us some teams that we can compete against and challenge ourselves with as well at the same time.
You also picked up a 2-0 win over Burleson. Good win for your ball club. In
Yes.
fact, and that's been a common score this year, at least on the other side of the ledger, 5 shutouts in your first 8 games. You like both your new goalkeeper in Clarissa Ledesma, the sophomore, taking over for Carrie Edwards, who is now starting as a freshman for Dallas Baptist, but also your whole back four, which is really stepping up for you so far.
Absolutely. Clarissa's doing a great job. She's coming along very nicely. I'm excited about her. But as I mentioned to you before, it's always a good thing that when your keeper is bored in the back. And that's a testament to the back four and how they're playing. I was really surprised, to be honest with you, that they're doing so well. And they are doing fantastic. And it's not just the back four either. It's the total team defense. And total team defense is attributed to those 5 shutouts in 8 games.
Speaking of shutouts, you had 3 out of 4 in the North Forney tournament just last week. That was also an indicator of the offense you're able to put up with the sophomore Belicia Mendiola, who is picking up right where she left off as a freshman when she scored 15 goals for you. She has 8 already this season.
Picking it, like you said, picking up where she left off. She's an outstanding player, outstanding young lady, great student. I wish nothing but the best for her because of all those things. But yes, as you stated, 8 goals already this season in 8 games. And I think that she's going to definitely bypass, by far, what she did last year.
You have a small roster overall, only 14 varsity players at this point. How do you manage that, Lance?
14 healthy players. We started out the season with 16. And unfortunately, due to injuries or whatnot, we are currently at 14 at this time. And as far as managing it, is putting the best players in the right spots at the right times. And the young players and the players that are on the varsity, everybody's going to get plenty of playing time. And there's not going to be anyone on that roster that's not going to be able to play this year, which is a great thing for the future. With having such a small roster, I don't like to think of it as that handcuffing us in any way. I like to think of it as preparation. Every player is going to be able to play, and every player is going to be prepared, and I'm going to be able to count on each one of them in the future.
Lance, you talk about putting players in the right position. You certainly have two stellar players in the midfield, both Jackie Busey, who has been a facilitator for you so far, 3 goals, 3 assists, and Belicia Mendiola's sister, Mikey Mendiola. That forms a good tag team for you right there.
Yes, Jackie actually just came back from injury this weekend. So her first game back was the Thursday game. So she's not only working with the team and distributing and everything with Mikey in the middle, but she's also scoring goals too. 3 goals in 4 games. So I like that, being able to not just depend on your forwards to score. I like it that the midfielders are getting involved in that as well. But she's doing fantastic. I'm really excited about that tandem between Mikey and Jackie in the middle, with Belicia up in front of them.
When we talk about the shutouts, 5 and 8 games, you mentioned it is team defense, and I'm sure it works the other way with offensive production that you've had.
Yes.
From the forwards to the midfield, and also from that back four, especially your sophomore Hadley Tucker, who, as a defender, she's obviously been staunch in that effort, but she knows how to push the ball forward as well.
Yes. You talk about team defense, but it's also team attack too. The way I feel, the way I like to play, is I like the outside backs to get involved in the attack and help out that way, getting numbers up. And Hadley has really almost too much at times, but she's getting forward, and she's creating opportunities by getting forward when the other team can't account for her getting into the attack, because she's unaccounted for, So she's really creating a lot of opportunities for us, putting one more player into the attack, and doing a good job of feeding the forwards and keeping possession for us.
Wiley East comes up on Friday. It's a district game in just about every sport, but not in soccer.
Except for ours.
Yeah, that's right, except for yours. What do you want from your team later this week as you close out the non-district?
I want to see consistency. There's things that I like to work on each given game in pre-district to prepare us for district play. And what I want to see next in the Wiley East game is I want to see us be able to switch the point of attack at will. We are, like I said, we're getting into the attack. We're creating things and getting the ball to the forwards and getting into the attacking third and creating those opportunities. But I also want us to be able to not be so one-sided and switch the point of attack to the opposite side so that we can be more balanced.
District play gets underway next week. You host Sherman on Tuesday in the opener. How does this league shape up overall this year as you set out to win another district championship?
Prosper is going to be good. Prosper they lost a few seniors last year, but I really believe, Ted, that Prosper is going to be one of those teams that's going to give all of us a hard time this year. They were good last year, but I think Prosper is going to be one of the teams to look out for. Also, McKinney High, of course. Every time we meet up with McKinney High, it's close, and I don't anticipate it being any different this year. No matter where they are this year over last, or where we are this year over last, it's still going to be a battle. So that's the great thing between our school and their school, and our team and their team.
A great rivalry, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
What will it take overall to defend that district championship?
Well, we're going to have to stay healthy, number one. I think that's the primary thing right now. As you mentioned, with the small roster and everything, we're going to have to stay healthy. As far as everything else goes, just continue to play the way that we're playing. If we continue to play the way that we've been playing in pre-district, I think we're going to do well. I think we're going to compete with McKinney High very well, match up with them very well, and I think we're going to compete with Prosper. Prosper's scoring a lot of goals, and they're scoring at will, but I don't think they've met up with anyone quite as tough as us or McKinney High just yet. So we'll see how that works out.
Lance, we appreciate the time. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thanks, Ted.
Lance Lovell, head coach of McKinney North. They're ready to begin that title defense next Tuesday at home against Sherman as they start that run in District 17 4A.